Alrighty, guys, welcome back for a freaking loaded episode of the Over Under podcast, and we have got a packed house in here tonight. Got myself, Aaron Steyer, Tommy Hall, the spark plug, Zane Finley, baby, and Greg Kin on the ones and twos, the wizard himself. Before we get started, make sure you like, comment, and share the video, and make sure you go follow us on our social medias, our Instagram at the over.underpod, our Facebook page over/underpodcast, and our Twitter at the over_underpod. And make sure you leave a review on our Facebook page and also our Facebook page, our group, the Over Under Picks and Plays group. Get your butts in there with all of our gambling stuff, baby. But let's get it going to this weekend. Tomorrow's Friday.
Your days are so
my days are
jank.
so messed up. Saturday night, BCM Promotions Fight Night 12, No Love Lost, live from Mansfield, Ohio. We will be on the call. Us three. Zane will be fighting, baby. And we already introduced them, but we have the man, the myth, the legend, Zane Sparkplug Finley. Zane, how you doing tonight, bud?
Great, guys. How you guys doing? Thank you for the opportunity to be out here tonight.
Absolutely,
Not
man.
too
Thanks
bad.
for making the trip over here.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man.
Yes,
You're the
sir.
one that had to come to the beautiful city of Tiffin, Ohio, to be here with us tonight. So thank you for coming in tonight. Zane, let's talk about your young fighting career. You've already we kind of talked off camera. You've been fighting for a while, but your young fighting career, you're 1-1 so far. Both fights have been on Heart of Ohio Sports. And if you guys want to go back and watch his fights, the intros are out of this world.
Blows the roof off the joint every time he enters it.
But if you want to go watch his fights there on the Heart of Ohio Sports channel, and by God, I'd like the intros are just out of this fucking world, man. It is absolutely insane. And I'm so excited. I'm sure you got something planned up your sleeve, planned for.
Are you
Saturday
bringing the
night.
robe out again? You coming out with the robe?
I don't know. I think the robe might come off this time just because I lost that last
Okay,
one.
hey,
You
I'm
guys-
the same way. I'm
Superstitions,
the
I
same
like
way.
it.
Mojo. It's like
Change it up a little bit.
Got to change up.
Now, that's what, again, I've already enjoyed just watching your budding career from your debut. We got the chance back at the Route 30 Rumble to debut our MMA and get those legs under us for Heart of Ohio Sports. And now it's just crazy to think just almost 6 months later, here we are once again in a new year. You're that much older and that much more experienced. How you feeling going into this fight compared to your very first fight from when we first met you?
I mean, I feel amazing. I mean, I did it my whole life. I've been training since I was 5 years old. But it's one of those things where until you actually go out there and step in the cage, it's completely different. You know, I did boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, everything my whole life. But it's so different when you finally make that entrance to the cage. So how I've progressed, I feel like has been like insane in the last 6 months. You know, I've been working on my diet. I've been working out and making it a lifestyle more than my whole life. I kind of like, I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Right.
Now I'm making it turn into more of a business. Plus, you know, I mean, I want to make it a career
Absolutely.
as well. You know
Yeah,
what I
if
mean?
you're going to dedicate all this time to it, you might as well.
Yes,
And
sir.
that's what's so interesting, you know, things coming full circle is, you know, not so many years ago, I was on terrestrial radio calling one of your football games there for the Lucas Cubs and seeing you tear up things and, you know, just be a sawed-off monster, a bulldozer through a lot of those defensive line. But in that game, you know, you could definitely tell that team, that city, a lot of those guys rallied behind you. You're definitely a leader on that team. Then you know, like I said, we go off and do our own thing. It was kind of weird because after that game, that was one of our last radio calls, and we talked on the way home about, you know, let's start doing our own live streaming because I think whoever the player of the game was, I think you had an interview or something there, and that was where the wheels kind of finally connected with us because during the COVID, that's kind of when we got into the live streaming thing and really wanted to amp it up and spotlight guys like you, spotlight
Yes, sir.
people in the local communities that work their ass off day in, day out, you know, and go through the ringer to, you know, amateur MMA to one day the pro ranks. You know, it's nice to kind of capture that journey early on because who knows, down the road, maybe that footage might be shown in a recap of what you've done and what you've accomplished so far. So it is nice to, you know, see this thing go full circle, be where we're at as a production company and have the opportunity to come watch you fight and also see where you've progressed as an athlete. So, I mean, This one's gonna be awesome.
Oh,
And
I
just-
can't wait, Tommy. I can't
I'm
wait.
juiced.
And I
Thank
mean,
you guys for the coverage too.
Absolutely, man.
It
Absolutely.
means a lot.
and that's what's great about Heart of Ohio Sports. Again, we highlight just local athletes, but my debut on the Over Under podcast,
Yeah, how about that?
live in studio. Last time we talked about BCM Promotions Fight Night 11.
Yeah.
The fight from Fairhaven Hall last time, and 5-hour event, 5 hours later. Again, we keep talking about how you progress, but I also always say you always learn a lot more from a loss than you ever do a win. In that event, like you talked about with retiring the robe was, maybe a little bad juju with that. So we're going to reset the table, go back to the drawing board. What can you tell us from the last time we saw you, what you've kind of learned from that last loss? You're already a humble guy, but does it even humble you even more? Where do you go from there?
So, I trained my whole life. So, like MMA, starting the amateur ranks, my mentality, losing's not an option. Losing is not an option. So, taking that loss early in my career like that taught me a lot, knowing that I need to go back to the drawing board. I need to go back. I need to focus on my striking. I need to focus on my grappling. I need to focus on everything because that match, till that point, you haven't seen me get out-grappled. So it's one of those things where I have to go back. I got to focus on the little things. I mean, I watched that YouTube video, your guys' video.
Yeah.
I'm probably over 1 million times now. I keep rewatching it because I want to critique everything. I want to be solid everywhere, which I believe I have progressed tons since that last fight when it comes to striking and just mostly my mentality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That last fight, I went in there, we had a game plan. That game plan went right out the window. You know what I mean? It was one of those things where I was going to stand up with that dude because I knew he was a good wrestler. I knew going in it, he was a good wrestler. I'm a good wrestler. That's my mentality. I'm a good wrestler. I'm going to wrestle this dude. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if I would have just stuck with a couple more things where my stand-up, I feel like I had the edge in the stand-up that game. And and there's even little things in that fight that I look back on, like, the spinning back fist. If I throw that spinning back fist, I clip his chin, and I don't take that shot and take it back to the ground where I didn't want to be, I land a couple more punches. You never know what could have happened in that fight. And, and even the Kimura, I had that Kimura locked up. And if that didn't slip out, what could have happened? So there's like a whole bunch of things you look back on, you're like, dang, all those things could have happened. But at the end of the day, that was a learning experience for me.
Absolutely, yeah.
And now I'm coming back way hungrier than I've ever been before. Just ready to get back to the winning ways. And,
You're getting me juiced.
And we had access to that card early on. I believe you took that fight on short notice, didn't you?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I think
Not
the first
saying-
person,
yeah, not
first
saying that's
person
an
I was
excuse
scheduled
or
to fight
anything,
was
but-
Johnny Lee. Johnny Lee, he ended up, I don't even know, he had to work or something.
Yeah.
And then I had that
Got caught in.
And then I think that was I think he backed out like 4 weeks, and then that Dakota Gainer, they had that one signed contract, and I thought he was gonna fight. It looked like he was talking some crap on Facebook, one of those things that he was coming, and he's gonna take out the spark plug. And, he just kind of fell off the face of the earth, didn't answer the promotion or anything, and then obviously I got Nathan Doss.
Yeah.
We took the fight, I think 9 days notice. 9 days
Wow.
notice we took the fight.
That's incredible.
And that's sometimes the thing too is, it's not so much, sometimes you're the devil actually it might be worse to go with the dance with the devil you don't know. In that case, when I watched that Nathan Doss come out, it wasn't just like your typical last minute booking, your last minute fight, just throwing somebody to the wolves. I mean, this guy, you could tell pretty quick that he was very well trained. He knows what he's doing. Very great amateur background, and that was when we talked about that fight. We talked about going into that camp. You kind of relying on a lot of that amateur background and implementing those other facets of the game to where, again, you could use that to your advantage. But taking that fight, I got to imagine on 9 days notice, and when you guys locked up, that could be pretty damn surprising because I was very impressed with his stand-up game
center of
and
gravity
his wrestling game. And I'm just like, okay. So it was a point during that fight where you definitely could see he knew he had a little bit of an advantage early on, and not so much that he was riding that,
Yeah.
but you could tell he's definitely working working that, making you work for it, as opposed to him, setting the pace.
I even remember going into that fight. We had a game plan. I was, stand up with him, everything.
Yeah.
And I remember going out there. Crowd's going crazy, everything, and I throw that double jab right off the bat, and I throw in a bear hug immediately. And I remember going in my head, I'm throwing knees, whatever. I'm like, what the heck am I doing? Like, we literally just talked in the back. Like, why are we wrestling this dude? You're a better striker. Let's stand up. And, the motions got the best.
Oh,
of you.
absolutely.
Everything goes blank, and you rely on what you think you're better at. And at the end of the day, I need to be an all-around mixed martial artist. And I'm looking ready. I'm ready to prove that this Saturday.
Okay.
Sounds like you definitely learned from it, man. So, a little off the book question here. Where did the nickname Sparkplug come from, and how long ago have you had it?
Okay, so it would have been first grade Pee Wee football.
Okay,
wow.
okay. I knew, I had a feeling it came from the football field.
So we start Pee Wee football in Lucas from the ground up. Right when you
How it should be.
Yeah, exactly. Tackle football.
Yeah, how it should
no
be.
flag, nothing like that. And I think so. It would have been first grade. There's two coaches of the Pee Wee team. His name's Charlie Toms and Aaron Nicewander, and they argue to this day who called me Sparkplug first. So really, it actually came off the football field because I fired off the ball real fast. So they immediately was like, "Oh, he's kind of like a spark plug," and I just carried that on through my whole life.
That's
and
awesome. That's a
fighting,
badass
everything like
nickname,
that,
man.
so.
Definitely stuck, it sounds like. Another question we got here. Who's your favorite current UFC fighter, and who's your favorite of all time?
So the current I gotta go with, Colby Covington.
Really?
Or Sean O'Malley.
Okay, all right. You brought me back there.
I like how Colby Covington carries the confidence, and he also brings his style to fighting with wrestling, striking, and he puts it all together so well.
Yeah.
I like his fighting style. How Sean O'Malley carries himself and becomes a businessman and makes fighting more than just fighting.
Yep.
That's what I like about Sean O'Malley.
All right, I can't
You know what
argue
I'm
that
saying?
too much then. Yeah, I was a big Jorge Masvidal guy, so I just have
Okay.
this inner hate for Colby just because of that, but I can't argue.
I love
Can't
it.
argue.
I love it. Zane, what's your weekly training schedule look like?
All right, so this going. Sorry for the long talk.
Oh,
here.
it's
So-
good, bro.
All right, so on Mondays I start off. I go to work. I work for the Village of Lucas.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm a street laborer, so I go to work. Every day 6:30 to 3:00.
Okay.
Every day. So Mondays I go to work, and then I come from work. I drive the Galleon to Scadova's the stable. Mickey Scadova. He's my boxing and kickboxing coach.
Okay.
So on Mondays I go there from 4:30 to 6:30, and then I rush from Galleon and I go to Cody's, the Wolverine MMA HQ.
Yeah.
I go there for kickboxing class. So I go from boxing to kickboxing class on Mondays. I leave Cody's, around 9 o'clock. Then Tuesdays is just all Cody's. It's gi jiu-jitsu. So I go to Cody's from 6 to 8:30ish to 9. We do live rolls and do technique and jiu-jitsu. And then Wednesdays I go back to Mickey's at 4 o'clock, and I train my kickboxing, boxing, and then go back to Cody's for grappling on Wednesdays. So, and then Thursdays I either take an off night, that's like my off night, or I go to strength conditioning with Melissa Stevens, which is Cody's wife, and she's like one of the best power lifters I know. And when it comes to technique and making you do it right, she definitely does it.
That's good to have. That's good to have because if you're doing the wrong technique, man, you're doing bad things to your body.
That's right. And then Fridays I have a boxing class with Cody. So it's 6 to 7 o'clock, and then after that we do sparring rounds. We do our sparring rounds and then obviously we do conditioning and stuff like that. And then Saturdays I wake up in the mornings, and I'm actually assistant wrestling coach for Lucas in high school.
Okay.
So either I'm going to a wrestling tournament. Unfortunately, I haven't been there as much as I want to be, just because this fight camps.
Right. Focus on
I gotta
yourself right
focus
now.
on
Yeah,
myself and
absolutely.
fighting. And so I've been driving up to Willard or going to Cody's in the morning. Willard, there's this place. It's Jim Kofer. He used to be an old school boxer and kickboxer, but he's friends with my other coach, Mickey Scadova.
Okay.
And I go up there and I do sparring rounds with them, or I go to Cody's, which is a little bit of, we work on jiu-jitsu for a little bit, but then we kind of at the end we work on ground and pound strikes and stuff like that. There's MMA stuff like that, and then Sundays I go and coach my brother. My brother wrestles, and
how old is he?
He's 12 years old right now. He's 12 years old right now, and it's his 6th grade year. So this is his year to kind of shine. Going
absolutely.
into 7th grade or whatever. So I'm trying to make as much a point to be there for him as much as possible, because I can't even imagine how it was for him growing up as a kid always going to everything. You know, I was traveling every weekend, going to fight, going to like grappling tournaments, whatever, and he was there that
That's
whole
awesome,
time.
man.
So I'm trying to be there for him as much as possible because he's got a bright future, and honestly, he's a lot better athlete than I ever was. Yeah. So that's the Spark Plugs week.
Yeah. Spark Plug Squared coming at you soon, huh?
Is there a specialty that you like training more, whether it's, you know, MMA in general, boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu? Is there one that you like more?
I would just have to say MMA, just because of the simple fact that in my goals, I can't be boxing more than I'm grappling. I can't be kicking more than I'm punching. I can't be doing that stuff because at the end of the day, I have to be solid at everything to get to my goals and to reach my goals at the top of the mountain.
Okay.
I have to be solid at everything. So I never try to overdo something than more than I do than everything else.
You don't prefer one over the other, though?
I mean, I like boxing, but I mean, I wrestled my whole life.
beeping and
It's like
bopping.
one of those things. I really can't decide on that because I just love it all. I love
Love
the
them all.
sport. You
Gotta
know?
love them all.
Okay. But you do have other coaches outside of, we know you kind of hinted at it earlier, you train at Wolverine MMA with Cody Stevens. You do travel to other gyms and stuff like that outside of there?
Yes, sir. So I started with Cody when I was 5 years old.
Yep.
And then around 7 years old, around then, Mickey Skidova. He was another gym around Mansfield at that time. It was called Skidova's Stable. And actually, Cody trained with Mickey. So Cody at that time was training with Mickey, and he kind of got me in there. And then me and Mickey, we developed a great relationship, and I've stuck with Mickey and Cody since, now over a decade now.
Yeah, man, that's loyalty. That's
It's
loyalty.
like one of those
right there.
things that they're my two coaches, and they're my ride or dies.
Yeah.
And that's
It's a good relationship to have.
And this is the point where when we take off, they're coming with me.
Yeah, I love to hear that.
Interesting. Okay. I was really hoping you were going to be a jiu-jitsu guy. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I like jiu-jitsu. I probably, out
You
of
do it in
any
the
of the
gi, though?
sports,
In the gi?
I recently, since I came back to Cody's from high school and stuff like that, I
Yeah.
started doing more gi jiu-jitsu. In the past, when I was a kid, I would go to the tournaments and do gi,
Yeah.
but I didn't know nothing about gi. So just because you're there, get more mat time,
Yeah.
I'd always do it. But I always kind of stuck with no gi just from the wrestling style. And
Okay. I was about to say, I figured with being an MMA guy, you'd want to stick to no gi, but that's interesting you do gi. Because you do, you go to like tournaments and stuff like that, like jiu-jitsu tournaments?
actually, after this fight, my goal is to hit 2 or 3. I want to go to the Arnold Classic, actually.
Oh,
They have a big-
bad.
they
The
have a
Arnold
big one
Classic. And when I was a little kid, I did grappling tournaments every weekend. We go to Nagas. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Nagas. And Grappling Industries, I've done some of those. And AGCs, I've done all those. And when I was a kid, I was going every weekend. But since I've got a little bit older, I haven't hit the grappling tournaments as much as I probably should.
Yeah.
So like you said, like in jiu-jitsu, I probably have done more jiu-jitsu competitions than I've done anything else.
Okay. Interesting.
What's your go-to pre-fight lock-in song? What's your last song you're going to before you walk out?
That one's hard. I really like calm songs. Like I know that sounds goofy, but like "Simple Man" by Leonard Skinner.
Oh, I like that.
Okay.
That's a bop. I like that.
Or I even, I sometimes in the back, like to get my nerves off. It might sound goofy, but I'll listen to like "Party in the USA."
Hey,
like,
go get it.
Just
Before football games, I'd listen to Taylor Swift because
That's what I'm saying.
I just my heart rate goes up as soon as I start thinking about it and getting that zone. My heart rate goes too high, and I just like almost kill my energy before I even get on the field. So I used to have to listen to Taylor Swift.
That's probably why he rushed for 113 yards against him.
Yeah. Hey, I wasn't there. I
I probably
graduated.
listen to stuff like that too. But I mean, it's just like one of those things that it kind of gets your mind off of the nerves. Because especially like football, I really didn't get nerves too much. Because I mean, football, I probably should have took football a little bit more seriously. But at the end of the day, it was like just like my fun break from fighting.
Yeah.
Because fighting since I was little, like that was something that
That's been
serious.
the goal, huh?
Like that's been the goal this whole time. So like even wrestling, like I probably really should have took high school wrestling more serious. But I was just so focused on I wanted to be a cage fighter. I was already said I was going to be a cage fighter.
Yep.
That really
See, this is
the moment.
This is an interesting generational type talent coming up, and not so much that like once in a generation, but the different type of fighter and the different type of training that guys your age, the sport was around. You know what I mean? So when I was growing up, it used to be you watched UFC on the underground dark pay-per-views, and you'd see the big fat guy against the guy with the glove on one hand, or the boxing glove, or this and that. And then as it got more refined, and you had the Gracies and those, Severins and those type of guys really carve out the sport and edge it out. That was when you wrestled and you fought somebody of a different discipline. As UFC and that stuff took off in popularity, I couldn't imagine being like an 8 or 9 year old kid and being like, you know what, I can train in boxing, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, whatever. All those disciplines have been around, of course, but like I said, at the time, you just kind of stuck with one, refined that skill, and then tried to make it work and add to the toolbox. But what got you into MMA, or like what made you a fan of it when you're a little kid, just watching? Like, it was pretty much during the boom of it, really. Early 2000s.
Yep.
Chuck Liddell.
So actually, I was in kindergarten and I got bullied. So my parents took me to Cody to start training, and it was actually for self-defense, kind of just get some, because I didn't have as much confidence. I have a lot more confidence now, I didn't have as much confidence, and it actually started as me having, like, just going for self-defense, and then my parents realized right away, like, this is something I want to do in my life. And so, like, at the end of the day, they took me to anything and everything to get me better, surround me by the best people I could ever be, and I can't be thankful for them.
Yeah, that's
for that,
awesome. That's awesome.
But it is really
for
interesting. You did say about the kids in this generation, because when I was like 5 or 6 and 7, around those age, when we were going to those grappling tournaments and stuff like that, you've seen a lot of kids my age going through this. And actually, that time there was like a fan page on Facebook. It was like called Kids of MMA around here. And like there was like the Spark Plug, the Dragon. Like there's like all these kids. I'm serious. Wait till you guys see this generation coming up. It's gonna be insane, because all these kids that were my age, even younger than me, have been training this whole time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's what's scary is, I turned 17, 18. As an amateur wrestler in high school, you kind of think, oh, maybe I could do this in college, or other than that, you're done. You know what I mean? Yeah. You can go into MMA, but at that time, you're sitting there and you kind of have that reflection. You're like, God, there are going to be some killers that are born, that are coming up right now, that have already been doing this shit since they were 8 years old. Yep. It's like, if I'm going to be at the tippy top of that, I got to play catch up to a lot of these kids that are already coming up that are going to have the discipline. So, I mean, it's a meat grinder in that Mansfield and just Ohio MMA scene right now, man.
And that's why even now, right now, I'm like, dude, I got to keep bettering myself every day, get one thing better every day, and I keep building that mountain, because I know those kids that are younger than me, and they're coming.
They're coming for the Spark Plug spot, yeah.
That's right.
Now, the one thing I do want to kind of highlight and touch upon, I met you formally at the last fight. Couldn't be more thankful to you, or gracious and humbling yourself to come talk to us after, again, a long night. Definitely the last people that you owe anything to be speaking to. But that kind of relationship started for you. I got to talk to your mom a little bit. And I tell you what, if she's not a sports agent, she missed her calling, because she is the best promoter, the best network. Like, I was sitting there like, I just want to be in touch with her. She's telling me all the ins and outs and what have you, and what she's trying to do for you. And you said at the top of the program about your business.
Yep.
Like, you are a business. And I think a lot of athletes kind of don't really, they just kind of go full bore. They just go with it. They don't think about that business model or that business side of things on what to set your priorities on. LeBron James is a key example of that. That guy always treats his body like a business, and that's one of the reasons why he's, 20 years in the league doing.
Tom Brady's another one.
Yeah, these guys know how to do that. And I think with having a good support system like your parents, like, I can't say enough about her. So
yeah, I mean, at an early age, my parents they raised me the right way. Manners. You go tell people thank you. You always appreciate the small things, because my mom and dad always taught me. Since I was young, like, if you get rich, like, we might not be rich, but we're rich in love.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
absolutely.
It's like one of those things where all these people that they put me around in my whole life that have always been positive, like, aspects into my life. And I feel like that is key for me to keep putting positivity in my life. You don't want that negativity in your life. Get that out.
Yeah.
You know, and it's one of those things where they taught me at a young age right away. You do your manners right, you treat people right, and the rest will come. You know, the success will come. You work hard. You know, normal values, core values,
absolutely,
core values in life, and that's. You know,
well, I gotta say, I'm glad that you're putting yourself around today's youth, man, because you're one hell of a role model. I'd say that's one. That's a good mindset, man.
And we talked about it beforehand, off the air. This MMA thing, this fighting thing, is this something you want and think you can do professionally?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, my whole life I've dedicated to it. So there's like, I'm stuck in it now. You know, like back in the day, they like talk about Pee Wee football. You start Pee Wee football in Lucas. You know, it's like one of those traditions where you start it, you're gonna end with it.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that's my mentality with MMA. I'm not in it for a mile. I'm in it for a marathon. I'm not gonna go out there, you know, fight 2-3, become a famous amateur. I don't want to be a famous amateur MMA fighter.
That's not a thing.
Yeah, I want to be on the top. Someday,
right. Absolutely.
You know?
Right. And what's that like? Fill us and the viewers in. What's that transition look like once you go from amateur to pro? What's that transition look like, and how do you go about that? Because everybody just thinks, you know, once you go pro, oh, you sign with the UFC, you're a pro fighter. But what's it actually look like?
I mean, you got to think about it right away. First of all, amateur MMA, you know, there's head strikes. The only thing you can punch in the head with, you know, is your fist. And there's no head kicks. So you go pro, first thing you got to think of, you got elbows, you've got knees, you've got head kicks. I mean, you've got so much more things to play with, first of all.
Yep.
So that makes the sport 10 times more dangerous when you can use that stuff. So first of all, you got to really prepare training for elbows, knees to the head, all that stuff that you don't do as an amateur. I mean, second of all, I mean, you have to up your training. I mean, sometimes you have to go places that maybe you really don't want to go to get better.
Right.
You know, it's like one of those things like, I mean, I learned that from Cody, like right away at a young age. Cody was going through his pro career. I mean, Cody went to Thailand. Cody went to Strong Style. He went to, I mean, he was going everywhere to get himself better, to put himself in front of the best people to train with, you know? And so, like, right away, that's the number one transition. I think the number one transition is to go put yourself in the best position and just, like, don't quit. Just keep working hard.
Absolutely.
Obviously, because amateurs, like, one of those things, like, now I'm at that building point. You know, I could fight as many amateur fights as I want to.
Yep.
But I'm bettering myself a pro. So really that step is right now. That step for me to become pro is right now. I'm bettering myself to become a pro.
Yeah, I like that. Every fight right now is a pro fight. I like that.
When I hit pro, I'm ready to be pro.
Absolutely.
You know
Right.
what I mean?
I like that a lot.
And you kind of touched on it a little bit. Kind of want to shed some light up. But what makes, you know, Wolverine MMA and specifically Cody Stevens like so special? Because we've done a couple of these fights now, and there's a quantity and quality of fighters that come out of that gym. So what makes Wolverine MMA and Cody Stevens, like, what makes that gym so special?
Well, first of all, I mean, it's a family there. It's not, you're not going in there and, I mean, there's a new kid coming in. Let's say there's a new kid coming in.
Yep.
Cody don't give him me or Nick or the Canyon, go beat him up. It's not like that. You know what I mean? So we start from the ground up with those people and you build them up to get them better. But the number one thing about Cody is his passion and love for the sport and how much he cares. It does not matter if this guy can't figure out this move. He's going to make sure you do it right, and you do it right because he cares about you and he cares about the sport and respects the sport so much that he's not going to let you do something wrong like a lot of coaches would. You know, there's a lot of coaches out there that, he's going to get it eventually. He's just going to.
Yeah, you're right.
Cody's going to make you do it right.
That's
and
a
you're
good
gonna,
way to be.
You're going to perfect it. And that's I think that mainly breaks the difference from Cody and a lot of other coaches. I mean, he's 100% in on you if you're 100% on him, and he's going to give you 110% and you give him 110%. And he's
awesome stuff.
It's just like one of those things where he cares so much, you know, he cares.
One of those practice makes perfect, but it's actually perfect practice makes perfect.
Yeah, I mean,
you got coaches like that. That's,
No
I mean,
doubt.
100,000 reps isn't enough. You know?
Right.
You got to keep doing it. I mean, even a double leg. I haven't perfected my double leg. I might have hit over 1 million in my life,
Right.
but I
Right.
haven't perfected it.
Right.
You're never going to perfect something.
Yep.
But you can get dang close.
Exactly.
There's always one more little tweak here and there that you could get better at, one more little different setup or something like that you know, you could always get better at. But, man, that's awesome. That is absolutely awesome.
So a little bit off of the MMA stuff here. Let's get into kind of what we dabble into here. Who's your football team, man? Who's your NFL squad firstly, and then we'll get into the college.
Well, I'm Ohio boy, so I got to see the Cleveland Brownies. It's got to be the Cleveland
You gave me
Browns.
Peyton Hills vibes, honestly. I kind of get a Peyton
Hills
Hills.
vibes? He was actually probably one of my favorite Browns players.
I could see it. Yeah.
I love it.
Got a
I
chip
love
on
it.
his shoulder.
Right.
And then college,
I gotta be a Buckeye.
Oh, wait,
Buckeyes,
baby. Yes,
baby.
sir. All right. Good way to be. I'm a diehard Steeler fan here, but you got a Brownie everywhere else. So.
Yep. Got the right side over here, baby.
You a basketball guy at all? Not really.
No,
Most fighters usually are. They're a big wrestler guy.
But honestly, if wrestling wasn't a winter sport and basketball wasn't a winter sport, I would have done both.
Yeah,
Because,
yeah.
it would have been another thing like football for me, like to go have fun.
Go have fun,
Have
right,
fun,
right.
In high school, but wrestling took over my life just because I couldn't like quit
Right.
wrestling,
Well, while we wait on Mr. Haley to hop on Zoom here, how about Joe? You hop into your college wrestling recap and
Yeah, I
Zane can help
did.
you through that.
You follow any college wrestling, Zane?
Yeah.
Who's your squad? Are you a Buckeyes guy?
I got to be a Buckeyes
Yeah,
guy,
I'm the same way.
I haven't got into it as much this year as I usually do, but
Yeah. See, I'm an abs. I wrestled for 13 years, ever since I was 5 to 18 when I graduated. Obviously, I'm fat and out of shape now, so I don't wrestle or anything like that. But I've been following it ever since I can really remember. And but we got some matches this weekend: Penn State at Ohio State in Columbus, and we got number 1 RBY Roman Bravo Young, Jesse Mendez, the young freshman,
Does he have a chance?
pound for pound.
I asked this last week. I said, we got a chance for Ohio State against, what was it, Michigan? You said we do.
Yo, yeah,
I
we
asked
beat
you this
Michigan.
week. This is more of a
against
giant
against
here.
Penn State or this match? Penn State, if you want me to be honest, no. No, Ohio State's not what they used to be, but this RBY Jesse Mendez matchup is really good. This is like a NCAA semifinals, quarterfinals match.
Mendez is a freshman, right?
True freshman.
Yeah.
He was the number 1 pound-for-pound wrestler coming out of the class last year over Tiffin's own Brody Conley, for fun fact.
Wow.
But also Aaron Brooks, Caleb Romero, that's the number 1 versus number 5 matchup. But yeah, Penn State minus 14.5. I'm taking that all day.
Isn't Penn State like 18-2?
They're national.
They're 16-0 right now, but they've won 4 out of the last 5
That's
NCAA
a wagon,
championships.
bro.
They're one of the most dominant college
That is
programs
a
in the entire
wagon.
country.
Yeah, I read something about their home duel record. Or
Oh,
something like-
home duel. They haven't lost in like 4.5 years.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah,
was.
home
I was
duels. They
like,
haven't lost in
geez.
like 4 years.
you ask all those wrestlers, you ask them all, like if you watch their interviews and their post-fight grappling or wrestling matches and stuff like that, they all say it's a secret recipe, but if you come to Penn State, you know what we're talking about.
Dude,
like this,
it
like
is.
it's technique. You watch them all. That's the thing. When you see a good room of wrestlers, they all wrestled the same.
Exact,
And every
bro.
year, you get these Penn State guys, and they all wrestled.
They
the
all
same.
look exactly the same
Exactly
and
the
all
same and
wrestle the
all
same.
wrestle
Like
the same.
it started with David Taylor, or it started with Ed Ruth before that, who was a long, lanky guy. Then it went to Bo Nickel, or Ed Ruth to David Taylor to Bo Nickel to Zane Rutherford to Jason Nolf. Now you got RBY, you got Aaron Brooks, Greg Kirklevitt. I mean, they're just absolutely. It's just insane what Penn State can do. And then next one, Iowa State at West Virginia. Number 9 in the country, Peyton Hall going against an Ohio kid, number 2 in the country, David Carr. I think it's a potential NCAA finals matchup. David Carr from Perrysburg, Ohio.
Oh,
Fun
no
fact,
kidding. Wow.
4-time Ohio State champ. Actually won a state title in Kentucky in 8th grade, then moved to Ohio and won 4 straight. So he's a 5-time high school state wrestling
What's
champ.
the brother coaches at Perrysburg?
Nate Carr, his dad used to be the coach there. Yeah,
Oh, was it? Yeah?
his dad Nate Carr used to be the coach
They
there.
still got a hell of a coach up there.
Yeah,
Perrysburg.
Eric Barnett's the coach up
Yeah.
there, which that's a whole different story. What BTW Eric Barnett, that's crazy. But also in this matchup, could possibly see a return of Brody Conley this weekend.
I hope so, man. I hope so.
Could
Give the
possibly see.
hometown boy some spotlight. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Could possibly see the return of Brody
Because
Conley.
when the lights are on, he is a monster.
Yeah, could pull the red shirt this weekend, but we will see.
It wouldn't be a bad thing if they don't, though, because I mean that's still 4 years eligibility. You
Yeah,
know? So
exactly. Well, wrestling, you can get you can get so many red shirts.
really,
You can get your normal red shirt, you can get an Olympic red shirt, and a medical red shirt.
oh, 8 years. Let's ride.
Yeah. And then, of course, at the end of the weekend, we got Iowa at Minnesota. Spencer Lee continues his reign of dominance. He's number 1 in the country. Going against number 5, Patrick McKee, and he has pinned 7 of his last 8, but has pinned the number 2 and number 3 guys in the country.
That's
in the first round. Yeah.
In the first round at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is absolutely
Yeah,
insane.
that's a problem. Spencer Lee. I've been hearing a lot of him.
I have been sending every clip I can to you
I
guys.
think that's where I've been hearing a lot of him from.
He's the guy that won the wusses are for excuses are for wusses.
Oh,
because
okay.
he won the NCAA finals on two torn ACLs.
Okay, that kid.
Yeah.
That's right.
Absolutely insane.
Is he not answering, Greggy?
I think he just got on, actually.
Perfect timing.
Give me 1 second here, and we'll bring him on.
Perfect timing.
Beautiful.
Oh, I could be right here and do it, Coach. It don't even matter.
I can hear him. Yeah, we don't see him.
You can't see me. You can hear me though.
I can hear
Yeah,
you, but
what
I
up,
can't
bro?
see you. What's going on, Mr. Haley?
Cause I'm looking at y'all right now.
Yeah, I
Y'all
got
can see me.
in contact with Mr. Haley. I talked to him the other night. Told me he's got some late night commitments to the gym right now, as you can imagine,
Well,
as
that's
he's
where
the
I'm at
main
right
event.
now. In the middle of working out.
He's working out.
Figure out how to
Oh,
do
you're
it.
working out now, huh?
Yeah, baby, yeah, making time
Yeah.
for the
I wish
peons
I was
and the
able to
little
see me
people.
right now. It said my video going, so I don't know how you can't see me.
Yeah, he's making it happen back there, getting it on our screen here.
Okay. Is that my boy Zane in there?
But yeah, if you're just tuning in, I'm Tommy Hall. This is the Over Under a podcast.
yes, sir.
Little in-person cameo appearance as I'm here plugging this
Yeah,
weekend's
feel
huge-
special.
Yes,
feel,
sir.
feel special, fellas, because Tommy don't just come on for nobody.
No.
We've been doing this since July, and he ain't come on to one of our shows when it's just us.
He did ask
But
us
we-
to do the last fights. That's the other time he's been on it.
I heard
We
Spark
bring y'all
Plug-
on, and he's
I heard Sparkplug in the main event of BCM Promotions Fight Night 12 was going to be on tonight, and I couldn't miss this opportunity to sit in with you boys and kind of plug away and get the hype going.
yes,
because
sir, man. I cannot
Appreciate
wait.
it.
This is our third event covering, and we've covered both of our guests here tonight on their last two outings. And man, again, you're going to be in the co-main event against Sam Mcguigan, and then of course on the line we'll get with James Haley real quick, as he's been on a 3-fight winning streak, ready to main event and become the inaugural featherweight champion. And as you heard at Fight Night 11, that was when he called his shot. It was
Yes,
saying,
sir.
He
hey,
said he
let's-
wants his title
let's get
shot,
that
and here
title
he
shot
is with
going.
it. Let's bring him in the right way, though. This isn't just James Haley. This is James fucking Haley.
Whoa.
I got the post edit for that.
Well, yeah, I'm not. It says F, and I'm not gonna say that.
James, what you up to, bro? Training?
Yeah, right now I just gotta keep training. I wanted to stop, but my coach won't let me.
So you're working
I was
out
like,
right now.
I got an interview. I got a meet interview, and he was like, I don't care, keep going.
I like it. I like
I'm not
it.
stopping, coach. That's what I said.
You still cutting weight right now?
Nope. I've been on weight for the past week and a half now.
That's
Oh,
good news.
okay.
That's good news.
So you're just getting better, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
What you train anything specific right now? You doing a little boxing, jiu-jitsu? What you doing?
Do what my coach tells me. And we literally been doing jiu-jitsu like 3-4 days a week.
Okay.
Shout out to my jiu-jitsu coach, Chris McLeod, Ali, Waterhouse. Appreciate y'all.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Showing the love. I like that. I like that. So, do you have a favorite specialty? Like, do you prefer to stay on the ground, stand up, and box, or do you like to grapple, go to the ground, and wrestle around? What's your preference, man?
Whatever the fight brings me, honestly.
Yeah, with the fight
To
flow.
be
I
honest,
feel it. Yeah.
this is mixed martial arts.
Yeah,
This ain't boxing. This ain't Muay Thai. This ain't wrestling. You do everything.
absolutely.
So if you don't feel comfortable doing everything, then change your sport.
I like
okay.
it. I like that.
Okay. What's your what's the weekly schedule look like?
We do jiu-jitsus Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Pick up sparring Saturday, Friday. Simple things. Then striking every other day.
Okay.
After that,
Okay, so you're
Yeah.
getting after it every day of
We
the
ain't
week,
here.
huh?
In here 6-7 days a week.
Man, that's hard.
Really don't
Yeah.
stop.
And you just
At
train
all.
do you just train out of one gym, or you go to different gyms for different things?
Oh, I train out of one gym, Apex Fight Systems, but I cross training wherever they let me come.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I was thinking I was gonna be able to come down to Wolverine until they set this up. Right now.
That's pretty
the leg
good.
work stuff.
He came out left
Jump
field
rope,
with that one.
Jump box. You can't do these. But yeah, so Nick Walsh came down with us and sparred with us once. So felt good. Actually, he was one of the guys that I started in this with.
Yeah.
Like not with, but we started around the same time.
Yeah.
He's one of the guys I started with, so it was good having him here.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, that's awesome, man. So I don't know if you're into the UFC stuff or not, but do you got a favorite fighter currently and or all time?
That's a difficult question. Favorite fighter of all time had to have been Matt Hughes.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Not a GSP guy, huh?
Then, GSP was good, but if we're gonna go anything, I'm gonna go with BJ Penn.
Oh, I
Oh,
like
That whole
that.
little
I
scandal,
like
throwback.
that.
BJ Penn could have won that.
All the
BJ Penn
videos.
could have won that.
Doing the jumps out of the pool.
Yep.
BJ Penn with strong legs, man.
Charles Oliveira,
Oh, dog.
one of my favorites.
He's a dog.
My jiu-jitsu coach was trained by Royce Gracie, so I can't leave him out. Royce Gracie.
Okay.
Oh, the
Hell
OG,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Gracie name.
And my favorite
permeates
striker
down
is
generations, man.
It absolutely does. So, you gonna go pro? You gonna go eventually do this professionally, man?
after this title fight,
Yeah.
I plan on taking one more fight, then going pro.
Oh, I like it. Got a
Oh,
man with a
okay.
plan. I like to hear that. I like to hear that.
So after
Don't stop.
this fight on Saturday, how many more fights you want to do in 2023? Is it just one more amateur and then train for pro, or do you want to go pro by the end of the year?
My coach at A-Hole, I want to do like 6-7 fights a year, but he only leaves me at 4.
Well, again, one fight that you did get this year that's definitely been circled on our calendars. And, we got to put out the hype trailer last night. I know you got to see a little bit of that. And give
Oh,
you-
y'all made me the villain in that. Y'all made me the
That's
villain.
just showbiz, brother.
Not
That's
gonna
just
lie.
showbiz.
But it's cool.
in
cool.
that video, again, that's the problem. You do get painted as the villain when you're not the underdog. Everyone knows what you're about. They know that you're coming. You're gonna be unstoppable, undeniable. But this is what the whole fight is prefaced under: is a returning Canyon Tackett trying to make his name almost at your expense in this inaugural BCM Featherweight Championship match. Because regardless, again, of the outcome, there's only going to be one person that's going to win. There's only going to be one person that's going to walk out the champion. So you watched the video, you saw his reply. What is your response to that video, and what we can look forward to this Saturday?
Listen, I hear a lot of fighters be disrespectful. I'm never disrespectful. I'll never disrespect a fighter because everybody has their own thing. So, yeah, he's the hero. But the hero will sacrifice you for the greater good. I'll be the villain. I'll sacrifice this whole world for my greater good. So, I ain't worried. He's
was good.
a great fighter. I seen him fight Mo Miller. I was there. That was before I started fighting. I watched that fight. I was there. He's a great fighter, great wrestler, good jiu-jitsu guy. I know how good he is, and I don't take nothing from that man. That man can be a champion just as well as I could be a champion. But like you said, 2 people gonna walk in, 1 only walking out. And I don't plan on walking out with the L.
I like that.
Ooh,
That was perfectly said, my man. Perfectly
So
said.
again, we talk about Canyon Tackett, 3-1, making his return.
Yeah.
For this fight specifically, we talk about making that next step as a pro fighter or getting ready for those professional fight ranks. What a litmus test. This is definitely going to be something that we're all going to be watching and going to keep a keen eye on after the fact to see where both of you guys make those next steps and continue on. Because again, I've been nothing but impressed with your game and nothing but respect. Just love seeing what you're doing and can't wait to cover you on Saturday, James.
I'm gonna love my fight, but I see who y'all got right there in the audience, and I'm waiting to see his fight.
Yes,
That's
sir.
who I
Yes,
wanna
sir.
see
Thank you
right
so
there.
much. Thank you.
I've been watching him since I seen his first fight, and I was like, "Yo, dude, about to be a savage." So I've been waiting to see that. Already, you got my money. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't never seen dude, but you got my money off rip.
I like that.
Thank you. Thank you so much, man.
James,
I enjoy watching you too.
Yeah.
James, you got a prediction for Saturday night?
To be honest, I seen him get hit before, and he can eat a shot. So it won't be a knockout. I seen him go through with Bosick. It might not be a submission. Might end up being a unanimous decision. But to be honest, you can't tell what this fight will bring you.
That's
so
true.
I'm prepared for whatever happens.
Okay.
He got a chin like I got a chin. He resilient how I'm resilient. He got a gas tank like I got a gas tank. He's real resilient, so I'm not going to sit up here and be that type of guy and be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to knock him out, this, that, no. This is going to probably be the fight of the night. No offense, Zane, because I know you already got your submission tonight. You might get submission of the night, but me and Kenyon going to be fighting tonight. I can guarantee that.
Hey, I love to hear that.
I'm looking for a performance of the night. You can get fight of the night. I get performance of the night.
I go with that. I go with that.
I love it. I love the respect, James. That's awesome.
Yeah, I got mad respect for you for the respect you're showing out to everyone else, man. That's without a doubt. But I got one more question before you go. What is your go-to lock-in song before you enter that octagon, man? What's the one song you're playing before you walk out?
I'm not gonna reveal that song, but I like old school rap. Not really old school,
Okay.
but like
So
the
that's a secret
2000s
weapon.
era,
That's
like,
some special
I came
sauce
out
right
the
there.
Fireman. I came out the Fireman in my last one.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Some
But,
Weezy?
you know what I mean? So I'm probably gonna come around that
Lil
era
Wayne for
again.
sure.
Yeah. So I'm probably gonna come out around that again. So
Okay,
not
I like
same
that. I
song,
like
but around
that. Hey, you might have to tell me off camera what that special song is Saturday. I'm interested, man.
Hey, this is all I'm gonna say. FABOLOUS.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you, James, for coming on. You guys got any more questions for him?
No, that's all I got, man.
No, I look forward to another hell of a fight and us crowning the first BCM featherweight champion this Saturday live from Richland County Fairgrounds at the Arts and Crafts Center. Man, it's gonna be a hot ticket.
I
if it's
can't
not
wait,
sold out
man.
already, you know.
Hey,
I love it.
If you guys haven't got a ticket yet, make sure you guys get a ticket. I can promise you Haley's going to put on a show. I can promise you my boy Tack is going to put on a show. I promise you I'm going to put on a show. Come out and support us all. We're all fighters for a reason. And thank you, Heart of Ohio Sports, for putting it on and putting it live.
Absolutely.
But if not, come get a ticket from one of us. Support your fighter. Support your local fighter. Thank you, BCM Promotions. Thank you, Scudova's a Stable. Thank you, Wolverine MMA HQ. Thank you, my family and friends. And thank you to all my sponsors.
I love it. I love it.
James, any shout outs
That's
you
what I
want to
wanted to
give before we let
I
you
want to
out?
shout
of
out.
here?
I want to shout out my whole gym, Apex Fight Systems, my coach. I just lost the former teammate and Corey Breckner. So this fight is gonna be dedicated to him and my brother Isaiah the Beast Chapman. You know how we rocking. Stand up, Akron, Ohio. The Dirty 330. You know how we do it. You know how we roll.
I love it.
All right, man. How about we see you Saturday, man? Saturday night then, huh?
One second.
Yeah.
I gotta see if my guys will do it for me. Hey, would y'all do it for me? Would y'all do it for me? Yeah!
That is great. I
There we
love
go.
it.
I'm with it.
I love it. I love it. Well, James, thank you. We cannot wait to watch your main event fight this weekend. BCM Promotions 12, No Love Lost, live at Fairhaven
Arts and Crafts Center.
Arts and Crafts Center for the Featherweight Championship. My man, good luck, and we'll see you then.
Yep.
Then once again, live in studio, still with us, Zane, the Spark Plug Finley, or is it Spark Plug Zane Finley?
The Spark Plug.
The
We gotta
Spark-
have
The Spark Plug. Gotta
Oh, yeah.
capitalize it like the Ohio
It's like
State.
Ohio State, yeah.
I don't think there's any other fire with a Spark Plug name. So it's gotta be the Spark Plug.
So, Greg, you're going to have to fill us in. What the hell happened at the end of that Zoom?
I think they yelled too loud and it cut his mic out. I can hear him.
That was crazy. I mean, I have never seen somebody take an interview while they were working out and training.
Yeah, it was wild.
I don't know how that plays. Zane, how do you think Cody would feel if you took an interview while training?
I don't know. I feel like that's
a bold move.
It'd mess up a lot of focus.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think he would like that. I mean, maybe if we like went out like, you know, in the training room. If we were in the training room,
Yeah.
I don't think he would like that. But if we like went to the side, maybe.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Or like, I don't know. No.
Interesting.
Definitely interesting for sure.
And we do have your opponent, Sam Mcguigan, coming on. Is that how you pronounce his name?
Yeah,
McGuin?
did he get the
McGuin.
Gmail?
Yep. We got his Gmail. I got it to Greg. But let's talk about the fight with your teammate and James Hay like we just had on. Because I'm sure it's probably a little difficult to talk about your fight being in it. But how do you see that? What are your opinions on that fight, the main event fight?
Main event. I have much respect for James Haley. So we're gonna start off on bat. I think he's a really talented, tough fighter.
Yeah.
You know, but at the end of the day, Canyon Tackett's my boy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Canyon Tackett's my boy. Canyon and me's been training since we were little kids together.
Yeah.
You know, always been in the same gym. All this. Me and Canyon's developed a friendship like no other. You know what I mean? And Canyon's tough.
Yeah.
Canyon is tough. He's solid everywhere. He's like me, you know. He's been training all these sports with a whole bunch of different gyms his whole life. So at the end of the day, I mean, obviously I have Canyon Tackett.
Yep.
And I'm excited for the fight. I mean, I'm excited to see what happens, but at the end of the day, there's two tough fighters, and they both deserve a title shot. You know,
Exciting.
they both deserve to go out there and fight for a title. They're
Yep.
both, you know, they're both two of the elite guys in the weight class.
Mm-hmm. It is. I'm stoked.
It's
for
a
that
banger,
fight.
bro.
I'm
There ain't
stoked
no
for
other
that
way to
fight.
put it. It's a banger. I cannot wait.
Yep. And your fight with Sam, you kind of touched on it earlier about one of your previous opponents, kind of talking smack. Has Sam done any of that you know of?
No, he's been radio and silent. I haven't even seen him promote ticket sales or nothing. So
Really?
I've watched video on him. You know, he has some fights on YouTube and stuff like that. He looks like a pretty scrappy guy, tough guy. It looks like he you know, he trains. He's got a good. It looks like he has a little wrestling background.
Yeah.
You know, he definitely wants it on the ground, and wherever the fight goes, I feel comfortable. So I'm excited to share the octagon with him, and I'm super excited that he's going to show up. And that's the number one step to getting there.
Yeah.
You get in that cage, I have respect for you. It does not
Absolutely.
matter what happens in that cage. You know, if I finish you in 30 seconds, if he finishes me in 30 seconds, at the end of the day, we're both are amateur athletes. We're amateur athletes, but you know, we can act like pros.
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it.
I mean, as sitting on the rings or cage side, I should say. I mean, watching all 24 guys going in and out, we have nothing but respect for those warriors, man. Anyone that can go in there, like you said, is just an absolute certified warrior.
Yeah, that's got to be what are the nerves got to be like before you make that fight?
That's a good question.
I know, we both wrestled as like a dual meet, right, or even a tournament. Like, you know, when you're coming up and stuff like that, but you kind of have like this time thing. Is it similar to that, or is it kind of different because you know you're the only one going out there?
I mean, it's one of those things. I might be a little crazy or adrenaline junkie. I don't know what you want to call it, but my nerves going into a cage fight compared to a wrestling match is completely different.
Really?
You know, I mean, obviously I was nervous when in a wrestling match, so I have a solid match, whatever. I'd get nervous, whatever. But at the end of the day, the way I looked at it is wrestling means a lot to me, and I had a lot of goals in wrestling.
Yep.
But it wasn't my life-term goals.
Right. Not
So
like
when
this.
I'm stepping out here, I mean, I'm making a point, like, this is what I want to do the rest of my life. This is what, like, I feel like I was born to be a mixed martial artist. You know what I mean? So it's like one of those things where I take it, like, way more serious than I take it a career. It's a career.
Yeah.
I'd like to call it a career. It's nothing other than this is what I'm doing. And I guess wrestling was more like, you know, it's
stepping
fun.
stone
A
almost.
stepping stone. It was just, wrestling was to build to be a cage fighter.
Right. Wrestling was your walks, and MMA is your run.
Yep. I love it. And Sam just said he should be joining here, Greggy. Don't know if he's got in yet, but
Not yet. I sent him the email a minute ago. So.
gotcha. But I'm kind of juiced for this. This is like the first ever like press conference we've got to do. I mean,
face-to-face, let's go. That's why we made sure that this was through screen because we didn't want to break nothing up. We didn't want to get in between nothing.
Yeah, this whole fight again, Heart of Ohio Sports. I remember back in August, probably late July, meeting Bob Marshall for the first time and kind of going over our plans on trying to promote and get this thing going to show live MMA. And he's like, we're talking about how you even can stream that or do that.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just such a nice thing to be in with this company, to be able to put on live event.
Absolutely.
You don't really find that too much going on, especially at this level. So this Saturday, don't forget, at 7 p.m., that's when we're going to go with our free-for-all, our pre-show this Saturday at 7 p.m., live from the Richland County Fairgrounds for BCM Promotions Fight Night 12, No Love Lost. As we talked about, the main event, Canyon Tackett returning to take on James Haley to crown the first ever BCM Promotions featherweight champion. And then our co-main event, one half right here with us, Zane Finley. And our
I believe the
guest.
other half just joined.
Yes, sir. Right here, Sam.
Hey, what's going on,
You got
Sam?
it? What's going on, big dog? How y'all doing?
Pretty
Good.
good, man. How you?
Great.
Just getting off practice?
Thanks for having me. Yeah, just got to practice. So
Hell yeah.
just got home, took a shower.
Good
now.
deal. Good deal. So what's the how you feeling going into this Saturday?
Normal, I guess. Same old, same old. It's nothing different. I mean, I think it's my 6th one. So
Okay.
in like the last 13 months, so it's just the same old business, man.
Yeah.
6 in a year. That's crazy.
How many of those have been with BCM? Have they all been with BCM?
No, this is I did I think the last one. What was that? BCM 11 or
Yeah,
the one in
yep.
November. I did that with you guys, and then that was my last one. And then I work at UPS, so we got busy for the holidays.
No, I
So I took some
bet.
time off.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then now, this is my first one back since that one.
Okay. Okay. And you feeling good coming into this one?
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm glad it's at 180. That's cool. Catch weight's nice. I mean, I can go to 170, but it's always not fun. So
Yeah,
it's
for
nice just
sure.
to be able
Yeah.
to eat and train.
So you didn't have to cut too much then?
No, I don't cut really any weight to make 180.
Cool.
Okay. Okay. So what's like the weekly schedule look like heading up to the fight?
Really just same as normal. I just dialed back the training, I guess, a little bit. But I mean, I'm working full time at UPS and some other jobs, so I'm just working and try not to really think about it too much. Business as usual.
Yeah.
A fight's a fight. We're just gonna go in there and fight however long it lasts, and that's what it is. Have some fun while we're in there.
Hell yeah. I like that mentality.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Good deal. And obviously, we got your opponent Zane, the Sparkplug Finley here. Have you guys
What's up, Zane?
talked, communicated at all, said anything to each other?
No, I think we got messed up kind of late. I had 2 other guys for this fight, and then they both dropped out, so I ended up with him. But I haven't really talked to him.
Good deal. Good deal.
That's kind of what Zane alluded to as well.
Yep,
Is
yep.
some of these guys, you get committed to the fight, 1 or 2 drop, and it can throw off your fight camp a little bit to the point where you just respect the guy that's standing across from you for having the guts to show up and take that fight head on.
Absolutely.
I mean, again, 6 fights and how many months was it
Yeah.
again?
Insane. That's a
You-
gauntlet,
Well, it's
man.
You're
like
after it, dog.
13 months now. I
This
guess
dog
since
can
last
fight.
November,
This
so
dog
yeah,
can hunt.
13.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I like to stay active.
I'll say. How many fights are you looking at in 2023 if you had a number that you set yourself?
February. I mean, if they all go good, at least 6. If they all go good, yeah.
6 more?
100%.
Hell yeah, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
12
Well, yeah,
fights,
because if I
24.
fight like an 80, 85, I don't have to cut any weight, so I could just show up.
Yeah, it's
and
easy
fight
going
pretty
then
much.
for sure.
Just fighting for the sake of fighting.
Yeah, kind of like a
Getting those
Donald
reps.
Cerrone, huh?
Yeah, just like competing, man. I
this-
like competing.
Do you got a favorite UFC fighter, current or all time?
Probably Robert Whitaker.
Okay,
favorite
we've gotten
right
answers
now.
all over the place.
Well,
I
I love
love
it.
it. I love it. Robert Whitaker's a
Yeah.
great answer.
I love it.
But I also like Adesanya too. So it's
Oh,
like,
Izzy's dope. Yeah.
Oh, you kind of put
I like
yourself in
both
a
guys.
pickle
I
there.
can't
With,
really, when they fight each other, I just hope for a good fight.
yeah, I was saying, you put yourself in a pickle there. They've gone against each other a
Yeah.
couple times.
Yeah, twice already. So
Damn. Okay. Okay. And where are you fighting out of right now?
I guess technically Black Lotus. I train at Aries. But I mean, that's like 50 minutes from my house. So most of the time, last couple of months, I've been training at Black Lotus with a couple guys, but I go to Aries like once a week. But guys in Black Lotus will be cornering me Saturday.
Awesome. Is Black Lotus in the Cleveland area, right?
Yeah, it's Cleveland area. It's like Rocky River, well, Fairview technically.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yep. And you usually just train there, or do you go to like other coaches and gyms?
I go to like Aries, between Aries Combat, and that's in Macedonia, and then Black Lotus. That's where I go mainly. And then gym's got open spars, open rolling. I go to stuff like that.
Hell yeah!
But outside of that, yeah.
Good deal, man. Is this MMA thing? Is this something you're trying to take serious and eventually turn professional?
Yeah, definitely. That's why I just take these Emmy fights and see what I got. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I'm just trying to get better. Like in a way, the fight's almost part of my training. I just want to see how much I'm improving every fight, getting better and better. So that's all. That's my only objective right now is just to get better and just keep seeing where I go, see where it takes me.
That's a good way to put it.
Absolutely. As again, you don't overlook anything. You just kind of go straight forward with what's in front of you. But I do have to ask both of you fighters. We'll start with you, Zane. At the end of the day, after Saturday, what are you looking to get out of this fight, and what are you going to take from it?
What I'm looking to get out of this fight is obviously I'm coming off of a loss. So I'm looking to get back to my winning ways and to show everybody that I'm not just a wrestler. I'm a all-around mixed martial artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to show the people, the Sparkplug fans, Mansfield, my hometown, my friends, family, that I'm not just this wrestler that goes out there and freaks out and just starts double-legging them.
Yeah.
I want to show them that I'm an all-around mixed martial artist, and this is why I've done it since I was 5 years old for these moments right here.
Awesome.
And the co-main event, it's a spotlight. So,
Right, absolutely.
So I'm super pumped to share the octagon with him and go out there and put on a show. I mean, we're up in the center of the spotlight. So
Absolutely.
live for these moments,
And Sam, what are you looking to get out of this fight?
Like I said, it's like part of my training. I'm just trying to get better. We're going to go out there. We're going to fight. We're going to have a good fight. And then we'll see what happens. Either way, we're going to each get better from this. It's an amateur fight. The experience, you can't, like he said, co-main, you can't replicate this type of experience in like the practice room or the gym. Like you don't get this type of experience. It's going to be, you got to get used to being in the cage and stuff like that. So just looking to get better, man.
Yeah, it's going to be something we're all looking forward to as two of Ohio's most rounded and, up and coming fighters, get inside that cage this Saturday at BCM Promotions, Fight Night 12, No Love Lost, live there from Richland County Fairgrounds in our co-main event. And I can't thank you both enough for stopping on and coming on to the show with us and, letting us kind of, when you go to an MMA event or an amateur fight, you're just there to cheer on bodies and, unless you got somebody that or in their corner, that's kind of just what you're there to watch. So it's nice
to get drunk and yell.
Yeah, it's nice to kind of and get drunk. You can't forget that. But it's nice to have you guys on and actually, get to see what your goals are and see that, this ain't just another, event for you guys to go in there and sling flesh and whatnot. These are guys who take their craft serious, that are looking to make those next steps as a fighter, and it's great to be here to kind of see you guys in the crux of your careers and, starting to get this ball rolling. So, good luck to both of you. I can't thank you enough and can't wait to see it on display this Saturday.
Appreciate it. Yeah, you already know how it is, People are going to come in the crowd Saturday night. They just want to get drunk and excuse my language, just watch us punch each other in the face. But
you can cuss here, bro.
This is a gambling podcast.
They just want to get drunk and watch people beat the shit out of each other.
Exactly.
I appreciate you guys diving a little deeper into this sport because, it's definitely a craft. It's art for a reason. So
absolutely. Yeah, I look forward to working with you more in the future, man. Good luck this coming Saturday.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah.
God bless. Have a good one.
You too, bro.
Awesome. Thank you, Sam.
All right. No problem. Best of luck, y'all.
All right. You guys were so respectful.
We
were kind of nervous at first.
I was like, I hope this doesn't get chippy. I don't want to ruffle any feathers. Is so just respect all across the board from each and every fighter we talk to.
Yep.
Well, there'll be a time and a day in your career to draw tickets.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And put that talk on. But, again, like Sam put it great. These fights are a learning experience and also part of the part of your training,
The
part
journey,
of,
right.
Yeah, part of the journey. You know what I mean? So it's just, I can't thank you enough again
Thank
for
you,
being
guys.
on, because this fight's gonna be a barn burner.
This is gonna be awesome.
12
these two final
12
fights,
huge
man.
fights.
And the upcoming fights before I don't
Are
want to call them
just as
prelims
crazy.
because they're not really prelims. They're just not the main event. But the 10 fights coming before these two are all bangers
Nuts.
as well.
Couple heavyweight fights.
Yeah.
Yes. The heavyweight fights scare the
Yeah,
shit out of me.
that Devin Cross and Beaucamp fight. I'm looking forward to that
Yes.
one. Those two both fought in the last one.
Yep.
Big bodies that
Yeah.
just throw it around, bro. Like I'm sitting there like, don't come through the cage, don't come through the cage. Like,
I love it. But like Tommy said, Zane, thank you for coming on.
dude, yes.
Hey,
for
we
I
sure.
appreciate it very
you
much.
guys so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Really.
Thank you. We appreciate it. And we are so excited for Saturday night.
Cannot wait, guys. We'll put on a show.
We're gonna come
yeah,
see
baby.
you. We're gonna come see you Saturday night. We might poke our heads in the locker room and say what's up
yeah.
Saturday night. when we get
That's
there.
fine. That's fine.
We get there early enough, and luckily, like, we got shit for brains, right? We don't know how to set anything up, so Steyer and I just kind of stand there and like run cords underneath the.
I get to
cage
do
for
like
Greg.
old WWE. What's it? Hornswoggle.
Yeah.
You familiar with it's a little midget that came up from under the apron.
Hey,
under
little
the
person,
ring.
little person.
My bad, little person. I practically am one, so it fits. You know, if you- but I come out the apron, and I was just popping up because I couldn't tell where I was at all. Going across the octagon, you think you're going straight, but end up veering off right, and you're like, oh, there's a 6-year-old's dress. I'm not looking up that.
That is great, but yeah, we'll definitely have to stop by. As long as it's all right with you, like we don't want to mess up anything.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, as long as it's early.
yeah,
Oh, for
yeah.
sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
no.
I've got plenty of time. You know, it's
Yeah.
like one of those things. I mean, I'm gonna be sitting there for a long time before.
Exactly.
Hopefully we can set up something where we can talk to some of the winners after the fight. We got some
Definitely.
wireless mics, might be able to do something like that.
Definitely.
Talk to you in the winners circle.
And we're
if you
glad.
will.
We're also very glad
yeah.
that you're finally at the end of the card because your fight was kind of towards the middle-ish
It was
part
practically
last
the
time.
main event in the middle.
And bro, blew the lid off, and then it was just like the last like 4 or 5 fights. It was like, well, how are they gonna top that?
Right. And I mean, we are not over exaggerating, folks. When you tune in Saturday night and this kid makes his entrance,
It is nuts.
turn the volume all the way up and pray your speakers don't blow because it's going to get loud.
it's
but
crazy.
you want to feel like you're there because it's
Road
electric.
Warrior pop, man. I'm telling you.
It is absolutely crazy. But again, Zane, thank you for coming on.
Thank you, guys.
Can't thank you enough, and we are so excited to see you this Saturday night at BCM Promotions. BCM Promotions Fight Night 12. No Love Lost, live from Richland County Fairgrounds in Mansfield, Ohio. And like we said, we're gonna be there supporting you, but trying to be as fair as possible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But can't thank you enough. Thank you again, man. Appreciate it.
And I mean, this is just a stepping stone into a path of us working together, man. We plan on following your whole journey and
Oh,
doing
yeah.
some more conversations with you, without a doubt.
Yeah, definitely don't think this is your last time on here.
I'll come back. I'll
We're
come
gonna
back
be,
next
we're gonna
week.
be
You guys
squeezing
want to-
everything out of you for content. my man.
Absolutely. Maybe make a few videos of you sparring against Joey, kicking his ass or something. You know?
We'll figure something out for sure.
Punishment.
Oh my
Loser
god.
bet punishment gets their ass
yeah.
kicked by the spark
One
plug.
round with Spark Club.
Yeah.
You're coming back.
Oh my
We'll
god.
put down a wrestling match.
We're
right
gonna.
there.
Oh yes, this is in there.
That is great. But Greg, is there a way we can cut to commercial so we can do this right, get a picture, and then we can come back?
Yeah, we can go to be right back screen.
Awesome, beautiful. That way, I want to make sure we get a picture before
Absolutely.
anything else.
So we'll step to that. Okay.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Such a fun.
Alrighty, guys, we are back. If you did not watch that first part
You
of the
missed
show,
stuff. Out.
yeah, and you need to go on Heart of Ohio Sports Facebook, YouTube. It's on Twitter now, right, Greg?
Yes, sir.
Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Go back and watch that, guys, because that was
incredible,
a
man.
straight hour of that was awesome. Having Zane, the spark plug.
So much mannerism in these three warriors.
The exact opposite of what I expected.
Dude, I thought we were going to be like, oh, we'll simmer down, spark plug. It wasn't none of that. It was yes, sir, no, sir. It
So
was,
respectful,
I respect
so
him
nice.
as long as he steps in that cage. And yeah, man.
That was awesome. I can't say enough good things about Zane Finley, James Haley, Sam Mcguigan. Can't say enough good things about those guys. So excited
Definitely
and honored
excited
to call
see
their
where
fight
those
this
three
weekend.
guys go with their future endeavors in this fighting stuff, without a doubt. But let's get in.
Let's get into the good. Let's get into our shit.
It's a little bit more
Let's
of our
get into
pace
our
now.
shit.
All right, hey, we're doing a little. We're hitting the links. So last week,
Steyer, man.
Max Homa, baby, $10 free bet on Betfred brought me back 220 bones. We were digging
sir.
that, loving that.
Max Homa, baby, the
So,
Twitter guy.
Now we're going to Pebble Beach.
Pebble Beach, baby.
We're going to Pebble
The only
Beach.
course I've played on simulator, and it is ridiculously hard.
Well, it's like my favorite episode of My Wife and Kids that I saw as a kid. And when Michael, the dad, bought it.
Yep.
You know, because Pebble Beach is a public course, actually.
Yep.
People live in California. They can go
Expensive
super expensive.
as
but
a
he's
MFer.
to his wife, he goes, I'm going to Pebble Beach over and over again. Funny as shit. I don't know. Sticks to me every time I see Pebble Beach. But that's where we're going.
Let's talk about our favorites.
So my favorite is last year's winner, and the reason I took this guy is because he is plus 2,200 odds. These same odds that Max Homa was last week. I'm feeling like superstition, good juju, good vibes. I won on it last week. Let's win on it this week. Tom Hodge. He shot one under today. The leader is 8 under, so it's that middle of the pack kind of area. You need a big Friday tomorrow, but that's my favorite. And who is yours?
My guy for the weekend is Andrew Putnam. He shot the lowest round last year at the tournament. He shot it on the final day, which gave me some good vibes. And he's plus 2,500 going into this. I'm trying to find him right now. I don't think he had a very good day, but he didn't start off great last year. But then his last 2 rounds were just out of the world. And he finished 6th yesterday. He shot 1 under as well today.
So middle of the pack, yeah.
Shot a 70 today, which is still just, that sounds like it's, you're middle of the pack, blah, blah, blah. But you shot a 70 at Pebble Beach, bro.
Right.
Like, that's absurd.
Right, but we need to see like a 63 if you want to see him up on the top 3 leaderboard tomorrow.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Dalton's favorite was actually Seamus Power.
Yes.
The Ireland native.
He did not have
He was
a good
at
day.
plus, I want to say plus 2,200 as well, actually.
Yeah, he shot even, actually. So he's
not a good day for Seamus. Give us the
tied
top
for-
5 real quick.
tied for 79. Top 5. Okay, number 1, Hank Laboida, 8 under today. Shot a 63. Tied for 2nd at 7 under. We got Kurt Kitayama, Chad Remy, Harry Hall, all tied at 7 under. At 6 under, we had a couple guys tied. Aaron Bedlamy, can't pronounce that. Martin Trainer and Eric Cole, all tied at 6 under. So everybody's shooting 65 or under on Pebble Beach, bro.
Interesting. So this is a pro-am, so you are seeing some stars out and about there. So did you see any of the clips of Aaron Rodgers golfing
Aaron
earlier?
Rodgers,
They
Josh
asked him-
Allen.
They asked Aaron Rodgers, so what's the plans after this? Where are we going? He said,
Not the
not the Bay.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, something. And he goes, not San Francisco either.
Yeah, that was awesome. Who's your sleeper this weekend?
Mr. Bo Hostler at plus 6,000 odds, man. He's top 10 last 3 years that he's played in this thing. I mean, absolutely consistent. And I mean, as a sleeper pick, you can't go wrong. I believe he is actually sitting top 20 as we speak. So
I believe he is. I'm looking for him right now, but these are hard to freaking go through. There are so many names.
yeah, day 1, day 2 before the cut, there are so many names to go
So
through. You're
many
talking 150
freaking
plus.
Names. I can't find the names right now. There is just too many names. My eyes aren't working right. My sleeper, Troy Merritt, plus 9,000. All 4 rounds that he played on this course last year were 70 or below. The only round that was even close to 70s, he shot exactly 70 on the second day. Shot a 63 and a 64 in the last 2 days. He finished 4th last year, plus 9,000. I love Love those odds.
I like that too. I just gotta say, man, it feels good. Just the OG, man.
Dude,
It's
we
just,
haven't done this
the
in
two
so
of us,
long.
man. It's been since like episode 1 or 2. It's just,
Dude, one of the early ones.
I mean,
one of the
since
early ones when we were up
it's
front.
probably not that long, just since Dalton's been coming on, which isn't a bad thing. We love D-Money
Yeah.
coming on. Kind of missing him. It's kind of a sad
It's
thing.
kind of
I'm
weird, actually.
I'm kind of missing him. Like, it's cool, but like,
It's weird because I just looked up in the screen and it's just us.
yeah, we need our mediator and D-Money here. And if it's not D-Money, then it's John Sherman.
Right? There's always somebody on.
But that being said, tune in Sunday and you get all freaking 4 of us.
All 4 on one show. First time that's ever happened.
So we're making up for it for sure. D-Money's got some hoop talk for us on Sunday morning, as long as that's when you'll find my college basketball segment as well this week. But we could dibble dabble a little bit into NFL talk.
Let's talk a
because
little
Parlay King will also take place on Sunday.
Yep.
The main course, the entrees of our show that you're used to, you can find most of those on Sunday.
Yep.
We had a lot of time taken up, which was a very productive and great time taken up
Yes.
with the first hour of the show and our pre-fight interviews for BCM Fight Night 12 Saturday night. But, I mean, conference championship weekend.
What a weekend.
So, the Niners, as far as that goes, it's just, I mean.
we were live for that.
We were live for that for the whole game. That was a good
Madison
time.
Street
from,
kinda-
from Jeffrey Dahmer's basement.
Yeah, Madison Street kind of roasted me with that picture. We weren't sure because it's the first time we've ever gone live on Facebook.
We're just trying to find any way to put out content for you guys.
So we were like trying to figure out how to start it. I'm
I
literally
got my
sitting on the
man
ground.
cave, and I didn't really think about what it looked like behind the lazy boy in the basement. We didn't think about hanging anything below it. I mean, behind it's just half a gym and a laundry room back there, but it looked like nothing but a boiler room and buried bodies from the clip.
It was crazy, and like when we first started, I was literally sitting on the ground on the stool, trying to figure out how to like start a Facebook Live. And dude, as soon as I hit live, I didn't realize it was like the first thing people would see is literally just my forehead, like my eyes and my forehead. And of course, Madison Street, which shout out to them for sharing it because
absolutely love that support.
Clutch.
Yeah,
but they shared it. Who's probably got one of the biggest Facebook pages in town.
yeah.
Shared it, so I can only imagine how many people just saw, a
Oh, big
zoom
head.
in of my gigantic head on their fucking phone.
Oh, you do got you a melon.
Oh, buddy, but that was
but the
just-
Eagles dominated. Brock Purdy's injury kind of gave
It was immediate.
It feels like we didn't get the game that we deserved because of that.
It was like uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah,
It
it
was-
just stunk, man. And the Niners had nothing to do but to hand the ball to Christian, and it just was very uncompetitive after the Niners simply
And the
didn't have a
Eagles
quarterback to
just
throw out there.
Kicked the shit out of
So that was game 1. And game 2, I mean, point blank, Steyer called his shot. The Chiefs used the Bengals shit talk as motivation. I mean, Travis Kelce did it right there at the end. He said, hey, that mayor is Cincy. Know your role and shut your mouth, you jabroni.
How about so? Are we gonna talk about the referees at all in that game?
I mean, you could if you want. I like the way the game went because I won money.
How about the head referee's son having a large wager on the Chiefs?
Is that a fact?
He said that on the radio yesterday.
I missed that.
That is sketchy.
That's sketchy as fuck. Yeah.
Not a good look.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you saw Arian Foster's clip with microdosing and PFT
Oh,
yesterday in
yeah.
Barstool.
Well,
Where he
I
said,
mean, that was...
bro, talking about how at the beginning of the year, day 1 training camp, you have a fucking script sitting on your
Yeah,
goddamn
that was a
locker.
joke,
I
though.
know. But people bought it.
Bro, those tweets of people like players, I think like Emmanuel Acho said, reading my script for getting cut 5 different times from 5 different teams before I was 25. Or there was one of Tom Brady reading his script after getting drafted in the 6th round. It was just like, yeah. That's, oh, buddy. Those are absolutely hilarious.
That is great.
Hilarious.
My favorite NFL clip, honestly, is there's those cartoon clips that I sent you.
Oh,
I
dude,
forget what they're called. Bleacher Report does them. Gridiron
Classic? No, not Classic.
I can't remember the name of it, but
it's
if,
something
if
like
you
that.
aren't
They're
hip to them,
hilarious.
you need to get hip to them. They just roast every player in the league, and
It's
there's
so
no
funny.
rules to it. There's like they do not hold
Don't
back.
care, bro.
Mike McDaniel with the vape pen,
Dude, it's insane. 'Cause that's a huge outlet.
Absolutely,
Like, they really usually
BR
don't.
is huge, and they're like kind of a more professional outlet, not so much like Barstool where it's fuck this, fuck that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, what? I mean, I love the content. It's great,
Absolutely,
but like,
it's great.
holy crap. But
Both unders hit. Both
Both
unders
unders
hit.
did hit.
Ka-ching, ka-ching.
That is boring. Very boring.
But after conference championship weekend, let's tell you where our standings for the over-under heavyweight championship belt stand. I went 3-1. Joey went 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
I now stand at 148, 129, and 5. Joey stands at 147, 130, and 5. One game different. 2 picks left.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm probably on the Chiefs.
I'm on the Eagles. I've been on the Eagles
So-
all playoffs.
So we're gonna get a winner. We're gonna get a
I've
winner.
been on the Eagles
I've been
all
calling the
playoffs.
Eagles frauds since the second round.
Yeah. You have been fading the Eagles, and it has not worked well. You've called them the loss. Yeah.
Hear me out.
Against the Giants.
Hear me out.
And who they play? The Niners.
Here's my argument for this one.
Okay.
A quarterback with a visor's never won the Super Bowl.
Well, that would work. But like you always say, a direct quote from Steyer, streaks are always meant to be broken.
Streaks are always meant to be broken, but not this one. Not this
I
one.
think the Chiefs are literally better than the Eagles, or the Eagles are better than the Chiefs everywhere else besides quarterback and head coach.
Yeah. And tight end.
Yeah, quarterback, tight end, and head coach.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. But I'm going to be my first lean on this game outside of any spread look is the trend we've been seeing the last 2 weeks of the NFL football, and where I proclaim my nickname, The Undertaker, and I love the under already. Under 50,
Yeah.
It's rising up. People are loving the over.
I'm sorry, at what, 49 and a
Started
half?
at 49.5. It's already up to 50. And once it touched 50 all year in the NFL, I went under on every game,
Yeah.
and I won money doing that in a pretty good rate. So
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to get out of my ways. I think The Undertaker is
I
going to
was
come out
on-
for the Super Bowl, man.
I was on Philly quick, so I gave you the choice of the over/under. I love the over in this game.
So we're on both two different.
Yep.
We're
We're
getting a
gonna
true
figure it
champion.
out.
That-
We're gonna figure it out.
Hey.
We are going to figure it out. That is awesome. But yeah, and we'll talk more about it next
Oh,
week. and stuff.
we're going to get Sunday's show. Sunday we'll
Yep.
dibble a little bit more into it starting next Wednesday and on.
It is
It's
game over.
Super Bowl.
We'll have a bunch
When
of
it gets
player
to be
props.
Super Bowl week, it's going to get feisty in
We're
this
gonna
room.
do probably a shitload of player props.
I already know.
Stuff
I already
like-
know my game day attire. I have a jersey to pull out. I have a jersey
game
to
day
pull out
for-
for this Super Bowl.
trying to think of like
Think about it.
a rant juju.
Yep.
Oh my god,
The old Steelers juju.
The worst
Found a
possible
reason.
one.
Found a reason.
the worst possible.
I knew
one.
I kept it for a reason.
God, that is sickening, honestly. Oh god, but yeah, we'll have a bunch of player props, a bunch of probably fun bets, Gatorade color.
I hit on blue Gatorade last year, baby, and I'm back for my Gatorade color reveal Super Bowl Sunday, so you will not want to miss that.
Yeah.
I will also have a heads or tails play as well.
Always have to have the Super Bowl with only one game going on. You have to spread it out everywhere,
Show the love, baby.
everywhere. And if you want in on the Super Bowl squares, $10 a square. Get a hold of anyone from the Over Under podcast.
We've sold a chunk so far,
are
huh?
part of, yeah, we've sold a couple of them. I got a couple people from work that are in on them too. But we're gonna do on Sunday, actually next Sunday, Super Bowl.
A week from this Sunday.
Yes, Super Bowl Sunday. We'll do a live show where
It won't be a Sunday morning show that week because
It'll
we'll
be
be
Sunday
coming from a
afternoon
big
show.
time event in Cleveland,
Yes.
man. Hey, these Over Under boys here, they ain't messing around. It's business. It's big business.
big business,
Big business.
big business. Baby.
Woo-hoo!
But we'll do a live show where we'll place all the names, all the numbers, and everything like that. So stay tuned, baby. Stay
Yeah,
tuned.
and the Madden tournament has been improvised. It is no longer a PS5 at stake. It is also no longer a $100 buy-in. Since you cheapskates didn't want to pay $100 to play, we dropped it down to $20 a head. We're entering 32 heads, and I mean, I'll probably play now. I'll probably
Yeah.
come wreck some shit now, honestly.
Might as well.
I don't think anyone's gonna touch me, but
That's probably cap.
it'll probably look rigged when I run shit and no one, like I said, touches me. But
That's awesome. Also,
I'll
Monday
donate
night.
the money.
Yes. Also, Monday night.
Don't miss this.
Yeah.
Important information. Claimer right now.
Yep.
PSA. Hoo-hoo.
We're gonna start doing hoop watch parties every week.
Hoop.
Different
There it is.
locations. It's just gonna be a way for us to get in the community, hang out with you guys, watch some basketball.
Football's
sweat-
ending, but the gambling season does not.
Yep. Watch some basketball with you guys. Just a more casual environment.
Absolutely. Just
sweat
get
some bets, hang out with
have
you
a
guys.
few beers, get you signed up to the sports books that
Yep.
we think suits you best because we work with 6 of them. So
Yep. Even if you already are signed up, still come hang out. Let's
Play
play
the
some
same
bets.
bets, either against us or with us. Let's
Yep.
sweat it, or let's talk shit to each other. Let's
Yep.
drink a few beers. Let's be dudes or dudettes or whatever, and
Come hang out with us.
bring your brothers and your mothers and your
Everybody.
fathers, and bring
Just
them
come
all.
hang out. Or if it's just yourself and you just want to come kick it with the
That's
boys,
cool too, man.
come kick it with
We're
the
the
boys.
boys.
Let's play some bets. But this Monday, we're going to watch the Cavs game at B-Dubs. Barring that it's on TV. We probably should have checked that beforehand. But whatever's on TV, we're going to be betting
We're
on
gonna find the hottest hoop night with availability to
Yep.
us
It'll
every
be
week.
different every night.
Locations will be different. We're gonna
Yep.
switch it up. Show every business in this town some love.
Exactly.
But come watch some hoops with us.
Especially the places that we've done these watch parties at. So, B-Dubs, Benchwarmers,
Viaduct,
Viaduct.
yep.
We're going to show those places some love. Make sure we keep giving back to them. Bring them
And
business.
hopefully we can bring in some more in-town businesses
Exactly.
to work with.
Yep. So if you are a business that wants to and you don't have to do anything
It just
special.
doesn't have to be a watch party host either. If you're a business in this town, you want to work with us, we have multiple ways that we can
Yeah.
work you in.
And it's really easy. We really just show up and that's about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then
We don't need
believe it
anything
or
special.
not, a lot of time people come.
Yeah.
We
exactly.
show up and then people come. It's
Exactly.
weird, but
Yeah. We actually
if
bring
you want
business.
that to happen, let us know.
Yeah, exactly. We actually bring business. So maybe. But this
And people that want to spend money.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But this Saturday, baby, BMC Promotions.
We
Fight
beeping, we
Night
popping.
12. We are going to be on the call live.
We're
with
hitting
Tommy Hall,
We're hitting
baby.
It's time. Tommy, me and Joey are gonna hit the it's time for the main event Saturday.
Yeah, we will. That is Bruce Buffer did copyright.
He
that.
copyrighted it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna say
The time is now. No,
the
we'll
time.
figure.
We're gonna come up with our own. Yeah,
Be time.
we're gonna be original about it, but either way, stay tuned. Watch the entire fight all the way to the main event to hear this.
But yeah, BCM Promotions Fight Night 12. No Love Lost. We're gonna be live from Richland County Fairgrounds in Mansfield, Ohio, baby. So make sure you tune in. While you're at it, make sure you like, comment, and share in this video,
There's
baby.
gonna be broken bones. There's gonna be
Oh,
blood. There's gonna
buddy.
be knockouts. There's gonna be tap outs. There's gonna be people crying because they lost. There's gonna be people crying because they won. You're gonna see a roller coaster of emotions from every which
It's gonna
way.
be crazy.
Electricity will be in the air.
Absolutely crazy. But you got anything else?
That's it.
Nice. It felt quick, but really we just did a long ass
What
show.
an electric show. One of the best episodes we've had.
It was so much fun. But make sure you guys like, comment, and share in this video. Follow us on Instagram at the over.underpod, our Facebook page over/underpodcast, our Twitter at the over_underpod. Leave a review on our Facebook page. Join our Picks and Plays group. guys.
Absolutely.
Picks and Plays group. It is fire.
Show your winners. Show your losers. Cry
Fire.
about it.
David Dillon.
Brag about it.
David Dillon in there has been on, bro.
That's your boy.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel
talk
so bad.
about a long old shaft, man.
Bro, every day he loses a parlay.
We're talking one leg misses on 9 to 10 leggers, 5 out of 7 days a week.
It is crazy.
It is terrible,
And
I
it's
hope
usually the
good-
legs that should hit in the parlay.
I'm sending a prayer up for you right now, David Dillon, that one of these start hitting for you, brother.
Dude, they have to. Dude, when he gets hot with those, oh, it's gonna be game over.
Game over. It's kind
Game
of like
over.
me and my home run 250 a night, 10 leg college basketball. I'm missing by 2-3 legs a night. One of these is gonna hit for 1,600, and you're gonna be jealous you weren't on it with me.
Probably not. College basketball is the absolute worst.
Wrong. NBA is.
NBA is it's just I just need All-Star break. That's really the only thing we can root for right now is All-Star break. So then after that it gets serious.
They crank it up a notch. Yeah.
Because then it gets really fun.
Yeah, I agree.
But also Heart of Ohio Sports, there's Spotify. Make sure you go look that up. This podcast video show is gonna be up there tomorrow. So make sure you go to look it up on your phone. Heart of Ohio Sports. Subscribe, unsubscribe, and then leave a 5-star rating, please. But besides that, guys, you got anything else?
That's it, man.
All right, we will see you guys. Greg, you got anything else for us? Oh my gosh! All right, we will see you guys later, guys. Sunday morning. What time would we say? 10 o'clock.
Yep.
10 o'clock live right here, baby. Big hugs, tiny kisses.
Love you guys.